So my talk today is going to be called Monday Times. We live in a society where news travel very, very fast, too fast, maybe compared to before. It would be nice maybe to sort of take a break, cool down, have a few news which will be a little less dramatic, some which could be interesting, some which could be funny. The first one is Fell That Whoosh. So even though we haven't had too many truly near misses, Asteroid 2016 AJ193 took a relatively very near flyby our planet, gazing the place, looking mean, and then went on to the rest of the solar system at a distance of 2.1 million miles. May not sound like much, but the observatory team notes it's the closest approach for several decades. It is 8.9 times the distance between the Earth and the Moon. Its size has been compared to the Burj Khalifa, the Empire State Building, which is 3 times the size of, the Eiffel Tower, which is 4 times the size of, the Pentagon, a mountain. Yeah, basically you get the idea, the thing is huge. It is not unreasonable to ask what the hell we will do if, in fact, one of the things cruised our way. So don't worry, there are people who are working on this very problem. So the second one, which is machine learning, so for hard science. So researchers at the Baltimore-based biotech company Delphi Diagnostics have developed a machine learning-based blood testing technology that could greatly help detect early stages of lung cancer. In their study published in the journal Nature Communications, the team outlines how the diagnostic tool can analyze genome-wide cell-free DNA fragmentation profiles, nucleic acid fragments present in the bloodstream that can indicate the presence of tumor cells with astonishing degrees of accuracy. So now, chemical ban for Earth and energy. Back in 1987, world leaders came together to ban chlorofluorocarbons, which are the chemicals associated with the gigantic gaping hole in the ozone layer that persisted for decades. And it's a good thing that they did. Research published in the journal Nature found that a world in which the 1987 Montreal Protocol on Substances that depleted the ozone layer treaty never happened, the planet would be in horrible shape. In the present day of that hypothetical world, we will already be living through some of the worst case nightmare scenarios caused by worsening climate change that we, in a world with the 1987 treaty, are currently trying to avoid. Part of the problem would have stemmed from the CFCs and their role as greenhouse gases, but the damage of the ozone would have also vastly accelerated the climate change, releasing currently sequestered carbon into the atmosphere and causing further environmental degradation. In an astounding scientific feat, a team of psychologists from the prestigious University of Cambridge has proven that they are capable of fooling birds with a sleight of hand. Eurasian jays get utterly bamboozled by the shell game, according to the real scientific study that was published in the journal Royal Society Open Science. Again, this is real. Scientists from Cambridge secured grant funding to trick birds, then wrote up a paper saying, yes, hypothesis, conclusion, birds can be fooled, something, scientific method. The magic secret is to fool the birds into thinking that a delicious mealworm is hiding beneath one of the cups. If they guess the cup correctly, they would get to enjoy their gross, wiggly snack. Some of them continued picking up one of the cups, hoping for a different outcome. The researchers also found that birds that ranked higher in the pecking order exhibited stronger reactions when confronted with a subpar treat, behaving as if angry before flying off. The researchers suggest their experiments show that Eurasian jays have some ability to foresee things in the future and to tailor their expectations accordingly. Now, game changer. A Swedish company has created the world's first carbon-free steel, marking a big step forward in the fight against climate change. Hybrid created the first ever fossil-free steel. The steel was sold to Volvo as part of a test run. If successful, the car company planned to scale production of cars made of the material by 2026. Now friendly intended for robots and machines. So during last week's AI Day event, Tesla CEO Elon Musk revealed that the car company is working on a humanoid prototype we will get a first glimpse at sometime next year. So it's rather odd left turn from Elon Musk, who has reportedly warned us of the danger of AI. I've been banging in the AI drum for a decade, Musk told Insider in July 2020. Of note, Musk did not roll out any prototypes the other night, but did have someone on stage with him to do this. So as to its purpose, the company was rather vague. It's meant to take care of performing tasks that are unsafe, repetitive, or boring, according to Tesla's website. You know, once you have it, do that. Maybe it can do other things too. I mean, maybe it could be your buddy too. I'm sure people will think of some very creative uses. Musk's joked on stage. Space beer. So next month, tech entrepreneur, pilot, and billionaire Jared Isaacman will blast off to space on a privately commissioned SpaceX mission. His luggage will be a tad unusual. Isaacman is bringing 70 pounds of hopes that, after returning home, will be brewed into beer by whatever brewery decides to buy them at auction. And because he's such a good guy, the whole thing is for charity. Isaacman first announced his plan to donate the fund to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital on Twitter. But after beer, wine, cookies, coffee, pizza, and who knows what else have all been shipped into orbit for the purpose of, well, we don't know. Maybe if he found a way to deliver carbon offsets of the space flight he doesn't need, and all the other unnecessary ones too, that would be pretty cool actually. And for the last one, Raining Men. So in some countries, upcoming generations may be overwhelmingly male, as cultural pressures cause expecting parents to bring only their male embryos to term. A team of scientists from universities and agencies in the US, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, and India predicted that societal pressures to abort female fetuses in some cultures will significantly skew entire country's population demographics. Based on current trends, there could be as many as 4.7 million missing female births in countries where it's preferable to have a son by the year 2030. By the year 2100, that number could rise to 22 million. And now we are done for the Monday Times and all the good or funny or tricky, interesting news.